Hello and welcome. Today we are talking about these. These are synthetic conch shells that I have had sent to me. Before we talk about these specific shells, let's just talk a little bit about conch shells in general, because they are some of the oldest known musical instruments that humans have used. They are particularly popular in parts of Oceania, America and Asia, anywhere really where they have access to the sort of critters that had and produced these kind of shells. There are a number of different types of shells that have been used, ranging from snail shells to the shells of creatures whose names I cannot pronounce. I'll just call them Stevens. And they've been used for a variety of purposes, such as signalling, ceremonial purposes, military purposes, and so forth. It's relatively affordable to go online and buy shells, but to actually buy ones and use them for musical purposes is a little bit more difficult. As mentioned at the start of this video, these are synthetic shells. What that means is that they're not made from aminals in the sea. These are made by humans, which hopefully means that they're a whole lot more sustainable. I have no idea how these were made or what they're made of. It feels like some sort of resin type thing, but I've got really no idea. I have no idea what these are made out of or how they're made. It could be some sort of resiny type thing, but I've just got absolutely no idea. They're not particularly light. If this was just sort of basic sort of 3D printed filament, I would expect them to be a lot lighter than this. They have a little bit of mass to them, which is cool. And they also came with this really cool carrying bag, which I think is nice as well. Despite being a small object like this, these things actually make quite a surprising volume of noise. I can certainly understand why they would have been used, on the battlefield or for ceremonial purposes, because they do produce quite a lot of noise. There's also quite a lot of similarities and crossovers between the brass world. Like brass instruments, these use the harmonic series. So whilst you'd play one of these and you think you're only getting one note out of them, you've actually got the full harmonic series available to you. However, because of the relatively small size of this shell, you're realistically not going to get too many partials. The advantage of playing a bigger instrument that has more tubing is that it's a lot more accessible to get some of the higher partials where you have more notes. However, because there is this gap here where the sound comes out that you can put your hand in, you can use your hand on the bell section, very similar to what you would do with a French horn, and be able to modulate the tuning and the pitch of the instrument of the notes that you produce that way. Now, I'm not very good at this, given that I haven't spent a huge amount of time practicing on this particular instrument. So what I will do is splice in a video of the manufacturer, the creator of this, playing it, so you can get some indication of its capabilities. These come in 3 different sizes. I have one in the key of E, I have another one in the key of C, and I believe that there's another one in the key of F sharp that are also available for purchase. Just be aware that these are not cheap. You can find out more information down in the link down below. I hope you've enjoyed this little video about conch shells, and thank you very much for watching.